The planet Jupiter by Our Home Studies. Jupiter is the fifth planet from the Sun and the largest planet in our solar system. It is a gas giant with a mass more than 2.5 times that of all the other planets in the solar system combined, and slightly less than 1,000th mass of the Sun. Jupiter orbits the Sun at a distance of 5.20 AU, that is 778.5 gram, with an orbital period of 11.86 years. Jupiter's atmosphere. Jupiter has a very thick atmosphere, primarily composed of hydrogen and helium. It has a complex weather system with winds reaching speeds up to 620 kilometers per hour, that is 385 miles per hour. Jupiter's most famous feature is its Great Red Spot, which is a giant storm that has been raging for at least 350 years. Jupiter is a gas giant with a complex weather system. The planet experiences storms that can grow to thousands of kilometers in diameter in the space of a few hours. Windstorms, lightning, and auroras in some areas. The weather on Jupiter is so extreme that it can be seen from the space. Jupiter's atmosphere is composed primarily of hydrogen and helium, with trace amounts of methane, water vapor, ammonia, and silicon based compounds, as well as trace amounts of benzene and other hydrocarbons. The atmosphere contains crystals of frozen ammonia in the outermost layer. Jupiter is perpetually covered with clouds that are composed of these ammonia crystals and possibly ammonium hydrosulfide. These clouds are located in the tropopause and are arranged into bands of different latitudes known as tropical regions. The cloud layer is only about 50 km, that is 31 mi, deep, and consists of at least two decks of clouds, a thick lower deck and a thin clearer region. These clouds are also what gives the planet its banded appearance, with clouds of yellow, brown, and white circling the surface rapidly. These bands are produced by air flowing in different directions at various latitudes. Jupiter's climate is steady and most likely unchanging, since it has no appreciable axis tilt and therefore no seasons. Solar heating alone might leave the poles relatively cool, but internal heat keeps the planet uniformly warm. Temperature at Jupiter. The average temperature on Jupiter is minus 145 degrees centigrade, that is minus 234 degrees Fahrenheit. Unlike Earth, whose temperature varies as one moves closer to or farther from the equator, Jupiter's temperature depends more on height above the surface. This is because heat is driven not by the sun but by the interior of the planet. The temperature varies in the layers of Jupiter's atmosphere, ranging from minus 100 degrees centigrade, that is minus 150 degree Fahrenheit, to minus 160 degree centigrade, that is minus 260 degree Fahrenheit, from the surface to about 30 miles or 50 kilometers up. At the top of the atmosphere, temperatures can reach as high as 725 degrees centigrade, that is 1340 degree Fahrenheit, over 600 miles, that is 1000 kilometers above the planet's surface. Time needed to travel. The time it takes to travel to Jupiter depends on a variety of factors, including planetary position and available technology. Currently, the spacecraft that took the shortest amount of time to reach Jupiter was NASA's New Horizons, which took 405 days for a 2007 flyby. The distance between Earth and Jupiter depends on the orbits of each planet but can reach more than 600 million miles. Depending on what the missions do and where they go, it can take around 2 years to 6 years to reach Jupiter. Moons. Jupiter has 95 known moons, including 4 large moons called the Galilean moons Io, Europa, Ganymede, and Callisto. These moons are some of the largest objects in our solar system outside of the Sun and 8 planets. Jupiter's moons are some of the most fascinating objects in our solar system, and scientists have been studying them for signs of habitability. Europa, one of the Jupiter's large moons, is considered to be the best candidate for habitability because scientists think its subsurface ocean is in contact with rock, meaning minerals can leach into the ocean and enrich it. The other two large icy moons, Ganymede and Callisto, are also thought to have oceans beneath their surfaces. However, Jupiter emits a large amount of radiation that bombards its inner moons. Any life would most likely be in the underground oceans. Humans are not adapted to live in this type of environments. There are even proposals for creating permanent settlements on Jupiter's largest moons, especially Europa, Ganymede, and Callisto. These would give humans access to the Jovian system and its vast resources and serve as a stepping stone to Saturn and the outer solar system. However, living on these moons would be extremely challenging due to the harsh environment. The moons are extremely cold, with temperatures ranging from 160 degrees centigrade to minus 220 degrees centigrade. The atmosphere is also thin and composed primarily of carbon dioxide. Additionally, the high levels of radiation would pose a significant health risk to humans. Fascinating facts on Jupiter. Jupiter is the largest planet in our solar system and is 2.5 times more massive than all the other planets in the solar system combined. Jupiter is a gas giant primarily composed of hydrogen and helium and is therefore known as a gas giant. Jupiter has 79 known moons, including 4 large moons called the Galilean moons Io, Europa, Ganymede, and Callisto. Jupiter's Great Red Spot is a giant storm that has been raging for at least 350 years. Jupiter has a very thick atmosphere with winds reaching speeds of up to 620 kilometers per hour, that is 385 miles per hour. Jupiter's interior is made of rock, metal, and hydrogen compounds. Below Jupiter's massive atmosphere, which is made primarily of hydrogen, there are layers of compressed hydrogen gas, liquid metallic hydrogen, and a core of ice, rock, and metals. The upper atmosphere of Jupiter is divided into clouds, belts, and zones. They are made primarily of ammonia crystals, sulfur, and mixtures of the two compounds. Jupiter has a thin ring system composed mainly of dust particles ejected from some of the Jupiter's smaller worlds during impacts from incoming comets and asteroids. Thanks. Consider liking, subscribing, and ring the bell. Bye for now.